What's up, YouTube? Devin Midrow here, coming at you with video 42. High confidence. Let's see, what else? So you know what? I know what I wanted to get into today. I've been dying to talk about this. I almost wanted to pop the camera on early, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna keep it nice and short. We're gonna keep it simple. And what I'm hinting to today is really there's so many things on my mind, but I'm gonna stick to it. I want to talk about the vehicle that I drive right now. That's right. That's what I intended to talk about, and I will stick to it. And what I want to really get into is there's a whole bunch of stuff I can get into on it, but I just want to tap into, and I'm not trying to say this to brag, I'm not trying to say this to impress you, but more so to impress upon you that I drive a 2022 Toyota Tacoma. This is the first car I've ever had in my life, first vehicle I should say, that is brand new. I mean, fresh out the lot. I was a little aggro when I drove it out the lot that had like 13 miles on it already. I was like, wait a minute, thought this was a brand new truck. But then I realized like I had never drove a vehicle off of a lot, and not even, that was 13, it's 13 miles, right? It was nothing. But I still was a little bit peeved. I was like, well, come on. I thought that they put this thing on the you know, the car rack, right? And they drive it over to the dealership and they drive it off, you know. But people probably took it for a test drive or something. Whatever. Not the point. The point is, what I appreciate about this vehicle is it is new, it is modern. There are some subtle things that are like, oh, that's nice, you know. But the number one thing, I just want to get right to it, is that if you ask me, like, what's the number one thing you like about driving a 2022 Toyota Tacoma? And that could be different for anybody who drives whatever vehicle they're driving. But for me, what I really like the most is I really like the cruise control. Yeah. And the reason I like it is a lot of things I like. Just a little side note before I get into that is a lot of things I appreciate about Toyota, which is why I think they're one of the most successful car manufacturers in the world, and they are. I assure you they are. There's a lot of Toyotas around here, lots of Toyotas. Is they do absolutely, you know, it's a 2022. There's new stuff on here, right? But a lot of the stuff is still very much the same from like 10, 15, 20 years ago. They haven't changed a lot. But the things they have changed, they knew that it was important to change that, right? So I just want, like the steering wheel, for example, like this, the turning, you know, you got your turning lever over here. You got your, like, you know, your windshield wiper, you know, lever, and then you have your cruise control. I mean, it looks like the same one I swear that I've seen on so many vehicles. You know, you have the cancel, you have the resume, you have the set, you have the, you know, on and off button. It's the same exact feel. So when you get into it, it's not hard to figure everything out. Yeah, there's new buttons, there's different features, it's upgraded, right? All that good stuff is there, it's present. But the cruise control, oh man, I really enjoy it. The reason I do, because it still works like a traditional cruise control, except there's one thing that they added to, just one feature that makes a world of a difference. And that one feature is there is literally a radar built in to the front of the vehicle. And you can set the car length to 2 car length, 4 car length, and 6 car length behind the vehicle in front of you. And what this vehicle does, the technology is able to do, is it's able to get a radar return from the vehicle in front of you. And it's ultimately like the cops have, you know, or police officers have radars, the radar gun, and they can tell how fast you're going. It can do that while you're driving. So essentially what I can do is pace the vehicle in front of me. So what I'll do is I'll set the cruise control, and this works, obviously it's the best to use this on freeways and you know, highways. If you're in the city, not as effective, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of stop and go, right? But if you're just following a car, you're pacing a car, I can literally take my foot off the gas and drive for miles without touching the brake or the gas pedal. And what it also enables me to do is, if I'm looking at the camera right now, I can still relatively see mostly in front of me. I can still see the vehicle in front if it brakes, you know, but my depth perception is going to be altered by looking at you in the camera, right? That's going to be kind of the challenge there. Is my depth perception is going to be is going to lack, right? This, what it will do, if the car starts to slow down in front of me, it will very quickly, not immediately, it's not like an electric vehicle, right? There's still like, you know, a little lag, maybe like a half second of lag, maybe to a second where it's gonna start to slow down. So as soon as I feel the slowdown, I'm immediately gonna take my eyes from the camera to look up and go, whoa, oh, they're slowing down, and I'll look ahead of me. And because I set to 6 car lengths back, it's gonna allow me to have time to react to whatever situation is coming up in front of me, right? And again, that's why I positioned the camera right here, because I could pretty much see the front of the hood over the camera. I can't see clearly because I'm not looking directly in front of me, but when I'm looking at the camera, I could still see very much of it, you know, the peripheral view in front of my, you know, where the vehicle is facing, right? So that's really what I wanted to highlight. I mean, it's a phenomenal truck. I'm sure all the trucks out there are great trucks. I haven't got to really test drive a lot of trucks, so take this at face value. I do really like the Toyota Tacoma so far. I enjoy driving the truck. However, you know, I'm not a truck master, right? I haven't drove all the trucks out there in the road. If somebody has driven a lot more other trucks, they can give you a lot more feedback. But I am going to give you a solid feedback in the sense that I do really appreciate this feature, probably the most, because it just makes doing these videos so much easier. I have to think way less. I don't have to sit there and brake and accelerate and brake and accelerate. The vehicle just does it for me. And it makes driving so much more enjoyable when you don't have to do that tedious stuff, right? It's just a little bit less, you know what I mean, stuff for you to do. Anyway, so I'm going to leave you with that. And it's Monday. I have been working hard on the weekend. I've been cranking along, working on my evil plan to take over the world. That's my joke. And pretty soon you'll be seeing links below that will be revealing my evil plan to take over the world. So just keep checking in. You know, all these videos don't have them right now, but soon enough you're gonna see, and it's gonna be pretty epic, at least in my humble opinion. So that's the takeaway for today. If you're thinking about getting a 2022 Toyota Tacoma, now you know. But until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Aloha.